If it's Tuesday during the football season, then it's time for the starring role, our weekly talk with Giants captain safety Antrel Rolle, who joins us via SNY video chat. We just saw your interception. Congratulations on the win again, Antrel. Do you think your team is now really hitting its stride?
Thank you. Yeah. I think we're finally starting to believe in ourselves. We're starting to believe that we can go out there and dominate a game as opposed to going out there and hoping to believe to dominate the game. I think that's a huge difference.
Is the key to the defense that you guys are being more aggressive? You had talked in past weeks about needing to take more chances. Is that what's going on here?
Well, I think first and foremost, we have to definitely give credit to the front linemen. I think those guys have been doing a phenomenal job putting pressure on the quarterback, not allowing him to step through his throws, creating havoc, making the quarterback very uncomfortable in the pocket. And I think, we've just been capitalizing on opportunities back there in the back end.
How about the offense? Mr. Donnell coming up big time.
Man, that guy's a star, man. Larry's a star. He's a very humble guy. I love the way he goes about his business. He's very, very quiet, very down to earth young man, and he means business. Even in practice. So, I'm not surprised about the success he's been having. I think that also starts up front too. I think our offensive line has been doing a phenomenal job of giving Eli time, allowing him to be comfortable in the pocket, allowing him to go through his reads. And I think the receivers, as well as our running game, has been on point. So it all ties in together.
Antrel, we know you are outspoken, but we also know as you've grown older, you've learned to channel what you say in a particular way, in a particular forum. Geno Smith maybe hasn't learned that yet. What do you make of the Jets quarterback cursing out a fan as he left the field on Sunday?
Well, I think, Geno just let his emotions get the best of him. I know Geno personally, he's a competitor. He wants to be great. I'm sure he works very hard at his craft. But, this game is an emotional game. And as a professional, you take your job to heart. So, as well as I understand where he's coming from, because it can get quite, bothersome at times. But, you have to learn to handle that. You have to find a better way to deal with it. And the best way to deal with that is pretty much to just try to ignore it as much as you can, not say anything at all. But, he's human. He made some mistakes. He apologized for it. And hopefully, he can move on from that and just continue to work on his craft and be great.
So is that a sign, or is it not a sign that a player is letting all the pressure get to him and he's starting to crack?
No, it's definitely not a sign of him cracking. It's a sign of him being disappointed in his play, obviously. Like I say, he's a competitor. He wants to be great. Unfortunately, things haven't been going the way they wanted to go for themselves. But, he let the frustration get to him. Like I say, he's a human being. I understand where he's coming from, but at the same time, he has to understand that that's something that he has control. He can't let his emotions get the best of him to the point where, he backlash at a fan and take all the heat that he's going to take. So he'll grow from it. It all takes time. I've learned from it as well as many other players in this league, so I'm sure he'll catch on.
All right, let's focus on this Sunday. Atlanta coming to town. They struggle on the road, but, boy, they still have a very good passing game. How are you guys going to contain that Falcons passing attack?
Just to do what we've been doing. Like I say, they're a mismatch for a lot of teams. They have a lot of weapons, particularly at receiver. Great quarterback in Matt Ryan. So we have to go out there and just play fundamental ball and let our front four do what they do best. And hopefully, we just continue to capitalize on the back end.
Headlines this week, Odell Beckham might actually play. Now, we haven't seen much of him. You've seen more of him than we have. If he can play, what should we expect out of him? What do we expect to see here?
Well, I'm more than positive that the guy can play. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been our first pick of the draft. So, but, we're all eager to see, what he can go out there and do on game days. We haven't seen too much of him yet because he's been battling injuries ever since he pretty much stepped foot in the Giants facility. So he's been working. He's a hard-working young man. He's been very bothered by the fact that he can't go out there and contribute and help his team. So hopefully now he can come out there and show us what he's got and help us win games and stay healthy.
Antrel, in the past, when the Giants would get on a roll, they would sometimes take a team lightly or just not handle prosperity well. As a leader of this team, how are you going to make sure that your team handles prosperity better and doesn't let down after you guys have gotten a couple of these wins?
Well, I can't guarantee many things, but I can guarantee you that if we do happen to lose a game or not go out there and perform the way we're expected to perform, it won't be because we took any team lightly. It'll just be because, we lost the game or they were just a better team that day. But, we're in no position to take any team lightly. Although we have won the last 2 games, we still finished our first quarter of the season 2-2. And, for our eyes and, for our fans and for the Giants organization, 2-2 is still unacceptable out of a 4-game span.
Antrel, we appreciate it as always. We'll speak to you next week. Good luck and get a win on Sunday.
All right, man. Y'all take care.